Morning, Beth. How are you? Can you hear me all right? Hello, Marianne Ray. Hello, Steph. Steph is watching. Steph is watching. Evelyn's watching. Nice day. I've got a little joke. I'll just tell you. This is what I do when I'm with my mum. I go like this. It's very, very naughty, but you'll like it. Especially you, Marianne Ray. I go, oh. And she always goes, hi. Hello, Carol. Hello, Christine. Hello, Louise. Hello, Sarah Renton. Carol Bell, Judith Banks, Veronica Harding. It's not really like a bank holiday, is it? Because pretty much every day is like a bank holiday. I haven't been to a real bank since about 1999 because I've got an app. Hello, Anne. Did you like that, Celia? Flip, I'm in the bath. Good job. Fiona, I can see you. Cover yourself up. Fancy looking at me in the bath? Sometimes my daughter FaceTimes me when I'm in the bath, which is fine. You know, we're okay with nudity in my family. But then a husband comes in and I'm not okay with that. Oh no. Hello, Annalise. It was just a rude little visual joke. Hello, Ian. As you can see, it's working now. Ian Stevenson is the sort of techie audio musical guru. And he won't thank you for ringing him up and asking questions. No, I'm really joking. He's brilliant. I think, Ian, am I correct in thinking that you are based in the recording studio at Thropton? I remember hearing you play the guitar when you were just quite a little boy and thinking, wow, that is something. Hello, Mel. Oh, Jules, you missed a rude joke. Shall I do it again? It is vulgar. Okay, this is what I like to do when I'm with my mum. We're chatting away and I just get this out of my bag and I go, chat, 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 chat. Guru, that's me. Yes, Guru, that's you. Hello, Eddie. Thropton, yes. Hello, Pauline Cunningham. Right. Where are we? 12:05. I have been working on my very big cock painting and hen. I'll show you. And I thought I'd do a little bit to it, just to start with, just to get my hand in. Hello, Barbara Roberts. Chat. I don't get it. Jules, you don't get the joke. Eddie, you get the joke. Good, good. Carolyn, hello. Hello, John Lewins. Don't waste toilet roll. Right. I've got something to say. Where's Margaret Wood? Margaret, where are you? Thank you very much, Beth. And Sheila, where's Sheila Eggleston Export? The lady who exports semen. I got two lovely, lovely parcels yesterday. God, that reminds me of a very, very vulgar limerick my father taught me. But actually, that really is too rude. Right, yesterday I received in the post 2 envelopes. One of them, a little black box. You mustn't start without Margaret. Oh, I can always say it again. Beth, if Margaret comes on, there was an old man from Nantucket. No, it was a young man from Newcastle. Right, so look at that. Margaret sent me that beautiful badge in a box. I can't. Too rude. I really can't. And then the lovely Sheila Eggleston, she sent me that. How about that? It says Charolais. Her business, oh God, I can see my moustache. Her business is in ball semen, I suppose, things like that. Right, just say bleep at the bad bits. Oh, I know I am tempted. I'll say it quickly. There was a young man from Newcastle who received a brown paper parcel. In it was shit and on it was written present from grandmother's arsehole. Right, that's it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to tip you up. I'm really embarrassed. Okay. Right. So if I start working there, can you see? Veronica, Victoria, hello, hello Helen, hello Debbie. No more dirty limericks. You can message them to me because I must admit, even though I'm known for being quite straight-laced, I do like a limerick. So this can you actually, there, I'll do that. I'm just really quite methodically picking out the feathers on this chickie's neck. Leghorn. Can't wait to get my light Sussex from naughty Dickie Carruthers. He's got a trio, so that means like a cockerel and 2 hens. Of the light Sussex, which, as you probably all remember, are this sort of chicken, right? And I have to give him 50 quid. But the thing is, the cost of a model like that is very quickly, in the normal run of things, when people used to buy paintings, is quite often offset by selling a painting. Can you see all right? There's a lot of foliage going on. What kind of brush is that? Oh, for goodness sake, you're asking me technical things. I should say I'm completely self-taught. This brush, right, it says it is a twist grip, Anglian flat. I found it in a shop and it's got like a, as you can see, an angled end, and it just is so nice for this sort of thing. I'll just do a bit. And while they're still wet, I've got a little touch of slightly darker chicken coloured paint. Oops, not going very well. It's dried while I've been chatting. A little bit of slightly darker chicken coloured paint to add while it's still wet. Right. You lockdown gang lot. Such beautiful paintings. And you're also nice to each other. You do know that if you say anything nasty, I'll just take you off the group. I will not have it. So sort of going around the corner with these feathers. And I'm going to change my brush because we're entering into an area of slightly bigger feathers, I would say, and a different colour. So I'm going to add some of the Q coloured. I can read what you said. Marianne Ray. No, I can't read that. Did DFO Ludlows do chicken coloured paints? Oh, God. I'm trying to make it so you can see. Right, so I'm putting some quinacridone in here with a little bit of the sort of rather muddy blue that is in my French ultramarine thing, just to get something that looks a little bit more like the colours I have on the other chickens. Whatever, that's not it either. I've been asked a few times about colour and mixing, and it is tricky because, as I pointed out before, I've got loads of palettes with bits of colour in, and I sort of dip in and out, and I'm not remotely scientific about it. So I'm going to start adding slightly different coloured. Can you still hear me and everything? Yeah, thanks, Beth. Beth, your friend Elaine Ouette, she sent me a crisp 50 in an envelope all the way from Montana. I think it's Montana because the zip code was MO. Might not be. That might be why they didn't reach her. Anyway, the first batch of cards that she ordered apparently never got to her. So I've got some more packed up, ready to go. And yeah, sorry about that. I can control most things, but I'm afraid as far as Royal Mail goes, which is how I'm going to just put that calendar there and lean on it because, can you see? Missouri! Okay. Well, I just left it as MO, so hopefully that got to her. Do you know what? I wonder if I actually wrote, I just made a mistake and put, oh well. Right, so I've got these sort of smaller feathers going on, but I think I probably need to start thinking about the wing feathers here. Oh, we've got another rabbit in the trap today. I do apologise to you soft-hearted vegetarians, etc. I make no apology. Rabbits are the very devil. And we are beset with them here. We go to a lot of effort to try and make the garden nice and grow vegetables and everything. And we tolerate a lot of the dear little fluffy things all over the place. It's literally like Watership Down here, and that is no joke. The dogs don't even bat an eyelid anymore when they look at them because they don't stand a hope in hell. The only chance the dogs have is if they find a nest of babies and then they just crunch up all the babies. That's their only chance, and we don't condone that sort of thing. So the wing feathers are coming on. I'm going to put some more of these smaller ones before heading up towards the tail. Can you see and everything? A teenage... I can't see it. Poor little Marv, a Marv update. He's going into the vets for the day on Monday. He's so weak and so skinny. And I've been speaking to this is where I always say Roger the vet, and everyone laughs. I've been speaking to Roger the vet this morning at Scott Mitchell in Hexham, and he said up the dose to 6, and he explained that normally speaking, in situations like this, if a dog comes in displaying as diabetic, he would suggest straight away that they do a glucose curve. I don't know what a glucose curve is, and it means that they keep the dog in and they must monitor its glucose throughout a day. This is quite, appealing, just methodically. Can you actually see? Yes. Working my way up the tail. And then the tail feathers on these leghorns are actually, they're more blue. So I'm going to start a big tail feather that will be a bit bluer, and then we'll move on to something else because this is probably quite boring for you. Yeah, so he's going into the vets for the day on Monday. We're going to up his dose over the weekend to 6 units per day. While it's wet, just going to add a little bit of the Q paint. That's a bit like alizarin crimson, but pinker, I think. It's nice doing stuff to paint while it's wet like that. And I'm going to do the same here with some blue, except this time it's not the muddy blue, it's a bit more. Right. Okay, I'm going to turn it around so you can have a quick look before I take it away. I quite like that. Can you see? Right, away we go, and I'll gently tip you up and hope. I've got a posh lurcher for you. You refuse the Saluki. I know. Oh. Got these teeny weeny little paintings all over the place because of you. It's really weird. I was explaining to somebody from, I can't remember, it was a relative, they're saying, how are you getting on? Are you doing much work? Yes, I'm doing like huge paintings and teeny weeny paintings. Ooh, I'm just back from dog walking. I'm going to really watch and pay attention. Oh, God. I meant to say something about, oh yes, because we've got the little leveret to continue. As you can see, I was a little bit careless when I painted this hare's head. You know, no pressure. I am listening to you lot and trying to keep you entertained. And I didn't quite leave enough of the lighter coloured area around the eye. So I did a thing which I don't really like because I just like adding paint and I don't like taking it away. But I did a thing, I'll demonstrate here what I did. I might be able to do it here, except that's really, really, really dry. I got some clean water and a clean brush just to try and clear myself round the eye. Where is that loo roll gone? Has Jules stolen it? See how there, where my finger is pointing, it's a bit lighter because I've done this. So I sort of wet it and let the brush just kind of lift the paint off and then so it's gone lighter. So I did that there. I think I'll continue now. Does he get twice daily? Can insulin daily? My storage is almost full. If my storage gets full, what I'll do is I'll turn it off. I'll turn my phone on and we'll try that, okay? In the meantime, I'll continue with this hair, and there's no point stressing about the storage getting full. That is fabulous, thank you, Helen. Breaking up. I think I've unbroken up now. Ooh, that does, late back from my mother's will I catch up. I love how I love how you know. Now, Beth, it's a small thing. There are some spellings which you over the Atlantic spell differently, but I think that the word no starts with a K on both sides of the Atlantic, so you just want to check that. So I'll tip you up. And here is the little leveret. Right, so I'm just going to continue on. bloodthirsty work. Okay, so that's his little tummy. And then inside his ear, Matthew Ridley! Hello, how are you? I haven't seen you for ages. Are you bored stiff yet? I'm going to turn it upside down because I want gravity to sort of help me here. And I'm going to get a teeny weeny brush to try and convey, oh gosh, this isn't a very good brush, but never mind. To try and make it look like that's the top of the ear and that's the inside of the ear. Yeah, I'll get, where's my Payne's Grey? There's a bit that I really like to do, and that's like in here, where it gets right inside the ear, get some quite dark paint. This brush is useless. It's sort of split into two, like a snake's tongue, like a forked tongue. But let's not talk about snakes again. What? That's sort of coming on okay. Quite like that. Now then, there is a bit right here, just very pale. There's a bit here that has a sort of lozenge shape of a dark patch. I mentioned yesterday I spent, to make sure that you're all watching. Eddie, when you say very, very good, do you mean the dirty limerick or the painting? There's a lozenge shaped, very dark bit there, and I like to put that on. It's always nice to find out what are defining features of creatures. Creatures defining features, I like that. Creatures defining features. And then making sure that you include them in your painting. Things like black tips to the ears, this thing here, and hares have incredibly big, muscular, even at this young age, incredibly big, muscular back legs and very, very, very scratchy front legs. Anyone who's ever caught one, as I have, will know that. Okay, I might just put a tiny bit more here because, as we all know, what happens when it dries? I can't hear you. It goes pale. Quite handy having, as I mentioned again the other day, if you see a dead creature on the roadside and you can stop your car without causing a fatal accident, it's really a very, very good way of getting to grips and really getting your head around where everything starts and finishes. The skeleton, the muscles, the size of the legs and the eyes. Handling a dead animal or bird is really, really good. Okay. I'm just going to gently, no breaking up. Have you got a proper holder? I have got a proper holder. It's hiccuping. Time to delete. Oh God. How do you mix the really vibrant pink? I don't mix it. Marianne Ray, it is not mixed. This It's literally just kind of straight out of there. Might have a tiny, tiny bit of one of the blues in, but right. Yeah, I hope the sound problems aren't too bad. Oh, I need a little bit of a test. Oh, I don't want that. It's not very nice. We had such a nice swim last night. I'm sorry, Jules. Jules is normally one of my swim buddies, but oh my word, it was just heavenly. Okay. So this is a wash, i.e. a layer of paint. That's all it is. And by doing this, gosh, I hope you can see. Yes, you can. Stubbs used to butcher horses. Who's Stubbs? Stubbs, yeah. Well, why wouldn't you? Thank you, Marianne Ray. Oh, someone was asking about the size of my brushes. Okay, well, this one is a 5/8, but I would be just as likely to have picked up, I don't know, a 1/2 inch. No, the 1/2 inch is too small, really, for me. But then I probably use, I probably use far too big a brush, but it's just the way I like to do things, and you don't have to do things the way I do them at all, or the subjects I do. As I mentioned, it's really lovely to see pictures, paintings on the Lockdown Gang that are just completely nothing like what I'm doing. Because the thing about being an artist, which most of you are, is you see a thing, you're moved by it, and you're moved to the point where you want to respond. And artists respond by like drawing and painting. So, whatever it is for you, go for it. Don't, it's not necessarily the same as what I do by any means. It's just, for me, it's like all about where I live and what I see every day. I hope this is coming through loudish and clear-ish. I liked that area in the middle. It was nice while it lasted. So the rabbit's still in the fridge, yesterday's rabbit, but I think today's rabbit was maybe too small to sort of spend a lot of time and energy on, skinning and whatnot. But I did say to Fifey, you could make like industrial quantities of rabbit curry, and I would eat them because it's really, really nice. I think he's mulling over that idea. So I think in terms of like amount of paint for the body of this little hare, I think that's plenty, or nearly plenty. I don't know, I just quite like to get a bit more there maybe. I went for a walk last night up on the hill, and the population of hares, which was very low 30 years ago, and then gradually built up so that up until maybe last year, the year before last, we would see hares all the time around here, like in the garden. Can you hear? Do you ever paint rabbits, seeing as you have? William, I'm not interested in rabbits, I'm afraid, as subject. People do ask me that. No, they're just too cute and cute, basically. No, I'm not. They don't really do it for me, William. Anyway, yeah, the hares. And every time I go out, I think, oh, maybe I'll see a hare today. And do you know, I haven't seen one. And I've been walking like right up, mile and a half up to the top of the hill. I know I said I wasn't going to put much more, but now I've got this quinner colour going on. I'm just wanting to add it's quite nice, it's not too bad. Sort of quite happy with that, I think. So the eye, someone said, how do you do the eye? How did I do the eye? I'll do the next stage. I don't necessarily think that I'll be able to finish it because it really does have to, each part of the eye needs to be bone dry before, that's bone dry, Helen Henderson, before I do the next bit. So here is a very nasty but very small brush. A bit of that, a bit of something darker, maybe a bit more. Anyway, I didn't really finish and there didn't used to be any rabbits around here. But the population has done this. It's like been quite a lot of hares, and then the rabbits, and the hares have gone down. And I guess it'll go the other way at some stage. I would like to think so. I'll just check on here that is okay. Come on. God, I'm not sure this is the brush for the job. It's got a thing on the. Oh, sorry, I'm going to have to find another one. I really need quite a fine end to the brush. I'm not even sure. I need to go brush shopping again, I think. Gone awfully quiet. Tea, Jules, you might just mention. Oh. So last night when we went to the river for a swim, Fifey didn't want to go on the trike, which normally makes us like the most eccentric thing in the village. But the other night when we did go on the trike, we were on our way back. We've got a recumbent tandem tricycle, which is quite eccentric, and this lockdown and the fact that from here to the river where I swim is virtually flat has provided a unique opportunity to actually use it. Anyway, we're coming back from the other day, and I was feeling a bit self-conscious, and then we came past somebody's house and there was a fully grown man in the garden standing chatting to his neighbours at a correct social distance, wearing nothing but a very small pair of trunks. So I thought, well, that is really a lot worse than us in terms of like making a spectacle of yourself. It's probably an okay point to leave this. I'm going to tip you. Perhaps they make brushes from the hair. You don't read messages at this point, so no point reminding you there is that. The population of nasty brushes is increasing. Yeah, it probably is. It's fairly cold. I don't know about stone cold. That's not too bad. Put it to one side. I had a painting at a point. Oh yes, do you remember this dark sort of dramatic painting that I had a look at? I'm going to do some more I'm going to do some more like trees here and maybe some in the foreground. I've done a little bit more work on the walls just to sort of hint at you don't read. Okay. What's happened? Sorry, can't do anything about it. Very Emily Bronte. I'll tip you very gently and hopefully it won't freeze the screen. And while I was frozen there, I wasn't just doing nothing, I was mixing some paint. Hello, Alison Gibson. Time. Yeah, I don't want to spoil you. Right, tomorrow I'm having a day off. So you'll have to find something to do. You could, of course, use your new paints, which will be landing. I think I got about 20 away in the post sets away. Yes, oh, I like that. Yesterday. So at least 20 of you have got plenty to be getting on with. Oh, yes, I quite like that colour. That has a sort of, it's quite a brooding green. Okay, and now I'm going to do my thing. So nearly off. I'm going to have to, I don't know, stick something up there or some glue. Yeah, I don't know what to say about mixing greens. I can't really say anything. I just get a bit of this, a bit of that, a touch of this, test it on something, and then just go, yeah, go for it. This is good fun. And I have to remember it's going to dry lighter, so I'll put more on than I thought I would need. And then get my Payne's Grey and I'm going to do the stalks. We were supposed to be having a family quiz last night and it was all ready and there were even like it was going to be professionally run by a couple that my younger daughter Ruth knows. And we were really excited about it, but nobody mentioned that my iPad was a little bit too old to update to the software that meant we could use this particular platform for the quiz. I think that, you know, the people who were running it it sounded from what they said, from what we actually heard, that they have a pathological objection to Zoom. And I think the words Zoom are trying to take over the world. We couldn't hear everything, but I think I heard them say Zoom are taking over the world. So they didn't use that. Zoom's quite good, but obviously not everybody likes it. So we didn't have a quiz night, but everybody else did. So I hope they enjoyed themselves. Not. This is quite good fun, isn't it? She uses the middle finger a lot. Should it always use that green as... Oh, don't ask me technical questions. You just can't ask me technical questions because I'm stumped. I don't know what to say. I know about as much as Fifey does, really, about colour and, you know, what to go with what. But I just literally dot about in among all my sort of patches of colour and do it in a fairly instinctive way. They're quite nice. They're sort of tall and elegant, but they have got still some leaves on. I think that I might be going to tip you up now. So, yeah, that's like the next stage of that. I'm going to chuck it over there, tip you up. I can feel my face has gone red. Oh, for flicking, whichever. Sometimes that one. That's why there's always loads of paint on my fingers. Should it always be a little finger that you use? Thank you, Beth. That's very kind of you. Right. I do believe you have had plenty of my time. No video tomorrow. I really quite like to get... They've got 2 big paintings, and I just need a bit of clear time to get through them. Do you ever just do bare trees? Yeah, I do. What's bare trees on? Well, I'm just glancing down at a calendar. Are they bearish enough? No. Oh no. Yes, I do sometimes. Hello, Edward Furlong. How's the ankle? Mine was hurting so much the other day after going on a big hill walk. Right. I'm off. I should be back on Monday. Have a lovely day tomorrow. And Sheila, that was so kind of you. I love it. Have you got one for a Holstein? And what are the other ones? That's a Charolais. I mean, one a week would be lovely. Thank you. Right, see you on Sunday. See you on Sunday. Thank you, Ian. Yeah, website, YouTube, please go to YouTube, go to Mary Ann Rogers channel, subscribe and say nice things about the videos, like, ooh, that was so good. That would be great. Bye-bye. Thank you.